Hey guys, it's Lexi and welcome to Second Banana Society. So Mitchell decided to go into that whole typical YouTube thing, and our week theme is story time. See, my thing is I have stories that I can tell, but if I actually decide I want to sit down and tell a story, I suddenly can't remember anything that's ever happened to me ever, and I spent a good couple hours actually trying to think of something that I could talk about, because it's I have stories, stuff happens to me every single day because I'm a person, but I always forget that they happen until they're brought up again. So I recently got this app called Meetomo where it asks you questions, and it asked about my first date, and I remembered my first day, and that was an interesting time. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my first relationship, mostly just my first date, just the first date part. So story time. So when I was in 7th grade, I was in multimedia, and I really liked the class. It was mostly just learning computer stuff, and I do a lot of computer stuff now, and that kind of got me started there. And there was this boy who I thought was super cute, and he was in a band and all this stuff, and I finally got to work as a partner with him, and I just had a big crush on him the entire year. And then when I was in 8th grade, I started going to this teen hangout place, and me and him started hanging out with each other at this teen hangout place, and eventually over text message, it was actually the summer between 7th and 8th grade, I remember he asked me out, and he was like, do you want to go out with me? And I remember I was staying at my cousin's house, and I was so excited. I had no idea what to do because I wasn't allowed to date. I still don't think I'm allowed to date. Yeah, my mom doesn't want me dating. So basically here I am not being allowed to date, and this boy just messaged me, and I like him. He's my first big crush, asking me out. And so I agreed. We decided that we were going to go to the movies. Now the thing was, he was a freshman and I was in 8th grade, so neither of us could drive, so his mom drove us, and then the plan was for my dad to drive us back. So when they're pulling up, the first thing that happens is my brother, who's in the same grade as him, yells, "Lexi, your boyfriend's here," and I remember just getting super flustered. And so we went to the movies, and we saw, I don't remember what the movie was called. It had Owen Wilson in it, and it was about bird watchers. I don't really know. I have no idea what it was about. But I remember we got a big thing of popcorn, and we each got a drink, and we ate none of the popcorn, and we did hold hands, and it was the whole the subtle thing where it's you guys both have your hands here, and then it's slowly you start bringing them closer, and then it's eventually it's this, and you're still not holding hands, and then you finally give in and hold hands, and it's super awkward, and you're oh my god, this is amazing, I'm holding hands. So that happened. And then the movie ended. So we were walking out of the theater, and we threw away an entire thing of popcorn because we didn't eat it. And there was a wall, and I kind of was standing nearish the wall, and he put his arm above me he was about to kiss me, and he started to lean in to kiss me. And I ducked underneath his arm, and I was hey, I think my dad's here, we should probably go. And then my dad drove us home, and it was basically, I felt he was staring him in the the rear view mirror the entire car ride, and I was so nervous. And then, as soon as he got out of the car and he walked into his house, my dad turns to me and he goes, "By the way, I told your mom that you went on a date." And that was not very exciting for me. That was pretty bad, honestly. I remember my mom called me on the phone, and I was talking to her, and she pulled the whole "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed" card, and I just felt so terrible about the whole thing, because it was I just liked a boy, and I just wanted to go on a date, and I actually dated that boy for a couple months. I remember he bought me a bracelet for my birthday. I might actually still have it. Let me see, I might. I actually found it because I don't get rid of anything, and I keep all of my jewelry in a box. So yeah, he got this for me for my birthday in 8th grade, and I think I wore it 3 times. But I was really excited because I was oh my god, he bought me something. That probably makes it seem I'm really petty and hang on to my relationships, which might be true. I don't know. I still have the CD that my ex made me for my birthday last year in my car right now, but that's just because I'm lazy. Wait, no, is it here? No, it's in my car. It's definitely in my car. I'm really bad at getting rid of things. Honestly, if you ever want to hear like just like a super awkward story, just ask me about any time that I was in a relationship. My last relationship was something. I'll have to make a story sometime about all my first kisses, like with people, because those are interesting stories. What are you talking about? I've never kissed anybody. I'm an innocent child. I'm just a very awkward person in general, actually. It's really bad when I like someone too. Like, I like someone right now and I'm like so flustered over them and it's so bad. It's so bad. I get really flustered really easily. It's a fun time. Even just with like friendships, I get like really awkward and flustered, so like, life is hard. I did actually date that kid for a bit of time. I don't know, I remember for Christmas he bought me a sweatshirt and I felt so awkward about it and I didn't want my parents to know that he bought it for me that I literally hid it in my closet for I think a year or two and then I gave it to my younger sister. And yeah, they just assumed that my mom bought it for me and my mom just assumed that my dad bought it for me. So I did not handle my first relationship well. What was your guys' first date like? Was it as awkward as mine? Do you pity me now? Probably. You guys should comment stuff below because I love hearing stories and stuff and commentary. It's always fun. The fortune of the day is a family reunion in the coming months will be a tremendous success. Hopefully this is talking about my grad party. Speaking of, by the way, I am like not in school anymore now. I'm like out of high school. I mean, when I'm filming this, I'm not. I have 6 days left right now. But like, I'm out of high school now. So yay. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a great day. If you want to see more of my face, go ahead and subscribe or check out my main channel, which is always linked below in the description. You should go ahead and make sure to check out everybody else's videos this week about stories, and hopefully they're less pathetic than mine. And I will see you guys all next Wednesday. Bye!